Okay, so it seems like this is still going on over on TikTok. Now, recently there's been some people obviously discussing Ironmouse and more stuff that is going on in terms of the amount of harassment that she's been getting ever since the whole Streamer Awards situation. Now, recently we did talk about the fact that the burnt peanut was also getting quite a bit of backlash and quite a bit of, I guess, like, I don't know, more of a tables turning kind of moment, because obviously everybody was mostly on his side whenever it was, at the Streamer Awards and all of that kind of stuff, and supporting him in his bid to win Best VTuber of the Year at the Streamer Awards, as well as this was partnered up with stuff like the Ray and Rakai situation, where obviously people ended up getting angry at Ironmouse over that when she did pretty much nothing wrong, I'm going to be honest, especially considering the past interactions that she's had with them. And yeah, obviously many people have been kind of harassing her and going after her ever since that, and it seems like it did slow down a little bit, of course, as it isn't trending as much as it was a couple of months ago. But it seems that there are still people that are dragging this on and on and on, which has been kind of, shown here in a post over here saying, joined here so I could say that people are still dragging this, which again, I think it is crazy. Literally say, get a job. And I do think this is 100% true, because this is from a TikTok that Ironmouse posted on the 16th of February. So, obviously a couple of weeks ago. It's just a clip of her playing a game, I think, with maybe some friends. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like Henya down there. And yeah, obviously, let's just play the clip and then we'll go through some of the comments that are being said, right?
No, this is...
Obviously, they only play a bit of it, but here are some of the comments that are coming up here. You can see, yeah, people say I was shaking, and then of course they put a picture of, like, obviously a rather large woman wearing a VR headset, which obviously, first of all, that's not how VTubers work. Well, I mean, some of them, I guess, do that, but live 2D VTubers don't use an Oculus Rift to do their tracking, but that's fine. People don't understand that kind of stuff. It kind of shows you the, I guess, lack of understanding that these people have whenever it comes to these comments. People saying, I don't get why people hate her. She's just enjoying her career, which obviously, yeah, it's 100% true. Some people are actually defending her now, which is actually good to see. And of course, we keep on going. People saying, Deadass Ironmouse, according to one of her interviews. Now, obviously, they're making fun of the fact that she is obviously got an illness and all of this kind of stuff where she's, unable to leave. I think it has been getting a little bit better. She's talked about it a couple times on stream. But of course, yeah, people were trying to make fun of that as well, which I think is crazy. People saying the downfall was crazy. I was visibly shaken. I don't like Ironmouse. Saying Ironmouse, can I get money? Which is crazy. And obviously that they're scrolling through it pretty quickly. Obviously some people saying it's so cool and whatever. But there's been, yeah, so many people talk about like the I was visibly shaken thing, which I think is crazy. Because of course, I would be shaken as well if I had an interaction with someone who has harassed me in the past, right? And I think this is very obvious, and I think a lot of people kind of miss this point, because let's be real, these people don't care about the facts at the end of the day. They just want a reason to go and target and harass someone for absolutely no reason. And yeah, it is crazy because they still go after her for this visibly shaken thing, when, in actual fact, there's been a, recorded and, it's literally on stream of Ray going after Ironmouse and the audience of, for example, like Kai Cenat's audience and that, including people like Ray and Rakai, who obviously are associated with him, going after her for what I think it was like breaking his subathon record, I think it was. And even Kai was like, yo, chill out. Like, we don't need to be doing this. Like, we just need to be like nice and respectful, right? But of course, that's a previous situation that she's gone through, and I think it's fair enough to be a little bit uncomfortable with, people that have done this kind of stuff before, having interactions with them, right? And obviously, yeah, they keep on going and scrolling. There's so many things. They're body shaming people. Like, can y'all let people live normal lives? It's not even funny. Again, some people have been, obviously, kind of backing her up. I say, are you still visibly shaken? Ironmouse, and I'm assuming that's a picture of the fake like docs that went around. If you guys didn't see that, essentially there was a lot of people that were posting random pictures of random just girls on the internet, like that they found just like on Twitter or whatever, and they were just like claiming it was her when clearly it is not her, right? And again, I think it's absolutely crazy that some people have been trying to do that, but what they've been doing, right, is they've been filling comment sections either on her channel, as we see here, or other clips or whatever to do with Ironmouse. They've been essentially sharing things like that. You can even see here the search is Ironmouse real face, which is obviously something that TikTok does, right? If it's a commonly searched thing, that people are searching after watching a clip. They do that. And of course, the TikToks that we've looked at in the past, where again, they're essentially putting random girls up on TikTok that they have no clue who they are, and obviously are facing a ton of harassment themselves for people claiming that they are Ironmouse. They also, are literally plastered all over TikTok for literally just existing, which I think is crazy, right? And obviously more people saying, lots of people being nice, say Ironmouse face down there, and obviously, I mean, that's just an iron and a mouse, so I guess, yeah, fair enough. There's this face reveal, say it's Horacio, say Ray was harassing me, I was uncomfortable, like, bro, I think that didn't happen. I mean, yeah, you can be uncomfortable with it. I think this is like one of the things, like, again, we've talked about this so many times now, but I think it is a very easy to feel uncomfortable, even if you are behind a screen, behind a kind of a remote control. Well, it was even remote controlled, was it? It was just a screen, right? Through a call. Because I've said before, like, if someone was to threaten you and your family down the phone, you would feel uncomfortable by that, right? Wouldn't you? Like, I think you would. And obviously some people trying to claim that because she's behind a screen and because, she's not actually at the event, she can't feel uncomfortable. You can. And obviously that example that I just gave you is one of the reasons as to why you can feel uncomfortable. Now, of course, you might get uncomfortable over different things. And obviously I must feel uncomfortable over, the interaction that she had. But again, you could even, like, kind of, with the example I gave, you could even kind of, I guess, lessen it and even say, like, oh, it's just someone that you haven't seen in a while or whatever. You would still feel uncomfortable with the phone, right? So again, some people try to claim, like, you can't feel uncomfortable through a call. You definitely can. And I think you're just kind of being blind and stupid to just by saying no, which, again, just it isn't the case, right? Again, more people commenting, and of course, it just keeps refreshing, saying at least she ain't singing. Who's in Ironmouse feet thingy goes crazy, which is, yeah, insane. Again, more people posting random things. These guys are dragging it so far. Like, bro, Ray and Rakai left this shit, bro. Time to do the same. Exactly, right? And again, I think there is, like, kind of props to Ray and Rakai here, because it seems like they genuinely have just kind of moved on now. They're just like, okay, whatever. Now, of course, if they come back to do even more, then there will be a problem. But let's be real, they've moved on. They don't care that much. And it seems like their audience continues to stay and do this kind of stuff, which I think is absolutely crazy, right? And of course, it continues. As in grown-ass woman doing this. I missed destroys the whole. Obviously, they talk about the clip. I'm shaking. Please stop posting. It's okay. Mr. Phone's got out of theirs. Which again, obviously, yeah. That's a lot of the comments. Oh, that's the wrong. But that's a lot of the comments that have been coming out from that one TikTok, right? And it just shows you that people are still dragging this to this day. Like, imagine being so obsessed with a VTuber that, months and months and months after this situation first unfolded, you are still going on about it, right? He was saying, what's going on even? Saying TLDR, streamer Ray, who's friends with Rakai Sonette, asked her some stuff at the event, which made her feel uncomfortable. Dumb questions like, are you hot IRL and such? She talked about how uncomfortable it made her later, and Ray's fans flamed it for her, which obviously, as well, it was Rakai as well there, as well. People saying, I'm of the opinion Ironmouse definitely could handle this better, but also this hate against her is ridiculous, right? I said it wasn't dumb questions, it was harmful, like, where are you? So what do you look like? Clarifying, are you black or white? And upon revealing that she's Latina, they started speaking Spanish. While I don't speak it, I've heard that they were basically insulting her. Again, I don't know about that part. But of course, yeah, people have just been essentially discussing this and saying they still be dragging the Ironmouse 2025 jokes, even though the drama was months ago, right? And it is crazy, right? I said TikTok comments are generally mind-numbing to look at. TikTok users versus empathy. I said the bump peanut deserves to be shelled for his sins, which of course, they're talking about, the other thing, because there was technically two situations that kind of went on over at the Streamer Awards, right? With the whole burnt peanut thing of him winning the VTuber award, which, as I said, he is now getting a lot of backlash and hate for other reasons. And of course, then we had this situation with Ironmouse feeling uncomfortable with her interactions with Ray and Rakai. Which of course people are still dragging to this day, and it seems like the reverberations of the Stream Awards is still continuing now. Now, of course, I hope this doesn't affect anything to go in the future, right? In terms of like future Stream Awards and like not attending or not even associating with it anymore. I feel like she would still go because they're still friends with the organizers and whatever. But again, I do think it is pretty crazy that some people are still this hell bent on going after her after all of this time, right? And I think, yeah, I mean, some people just need to get a hobby, right? I think it's pretty crazy. They need to go outside and maybe just do something else with their life because, yeah, there's way too many comments in there that just try to be stupid, right? But yeah, that's essentially all there is for this situation. I just thought I'd just give you a little bit of an update on that because it seems like people are still dragging this to this day. And yeah, we'll obviously cover more if there's anything else. But yeah, that's what I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, getting game subs, use my code CASA, get 10% off. Again, got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. So yeah.